What's going on, Shady people? ShadyPenguinn welcoming you back to another live Pokemon Wi-Fi battle today against this shady person, Sean, whose Twitter link is in the description. Remember, if you want a chance to be featured in one of these battles, go ahead and follow me on Twitter. That's where I request these, and the link is down there in the description. I don't even know if I said that, but today we are here with our 5th gen favorites. Of course, as always, as we've been doing, these have been some fun battles with my favorites, not always the most hyper competitive, but today I built a team that hopefully can withstand the test of time, and maybe we can walk away with 2 W's for our 5th gen favorites. Now, I gotta be honest with you guys, 5th gen was super hard for me to choose my favorites, so I'll show you what I came up with. 5th gen just has so many good Pokemon. I know it caught so much hate for its design because of Vanillux and what have you, but man, just look at these beasts. We have Superior, who is in 100%, that wasn't a hard one, my favorite 5th gen Pokemon, without a doubt. I'm a sucker for grass starters. Superior is no different, and Superior is just a freaking baller with Contrary. In second place, we have Miki the Hydreigon. I've used him so many times. I just love Miki. Hydreigon is just such a beautiful design. There's one other, actually 2 other dragons. 5th gen dragons were some of the best dragons in my opinion. You have Haxorus, you have Chardagon, which doesn't get nearly enough love as it deserves. We have Chandler the Chandelure, my favorite ghost type of the generation. Fire type, I'm not sure if it's my favorite fire type, but it's my favorite ghost type. Really close behind Cofagrigus. I only like Cofagrigus because he reminds me of my old TCG openings where I hated seeing that card so much. I actually ripped a Cofagrigus in a video once. Go try to find that video. Then we have NOTAPHASE Gothitelle, my favorite psychic type. It was close between Reuniclus and Gothitelle. Like I said, I could probably do a whole nother week of 5th gen because there's just so many Pokemon that I love, but Gothitelle doesn't get enough love. I love the fact that it's got a little purple on it, and I'm actually running competitive because this is a UU match with, I don't even know if I can use you. This is a UU match with 1 OU mon, it's supposed to be Superior. I think Gothitelle without Shadow Tag is considered UU, but I could be wrong. If I am, I apologize. Either way, it's not really going to matter too much because I also have Goliath, the straight up NUPU, whatever tier he's in, complete garbage. And we have Crowd Pleaser. So this is kind of just a mixed tier battle we have with our favorites. Nothing too crazy. I should probably label it just mixed tier with 2 OU at most. But we'll see what happens. Let's see if we can have a good battle for you guys. I actually tried many a time yesterday to get a good battle. Unfortunately, it just wasn't happening either. I was winning in 8 minutes. I was losing in 8 minutes. Or DCs, just a bunch of stuff happened yesterday. So I'm leaving yesterday behind. We're gonna go against our opponent, and look at my opponent's team. Decided to bring no OU mons despite the tweet. This guy is real, but he's got a pretty solid looking UU team. If that's a Mega Medicam though, I'm in big trouble. Because honestly, it's funny because so I'm using my favorites. So I didn't craft this team perfectly to be like hyper competitive. So the resounding weakness on my team is actually fighting. Fighting types give me the work. So it's going to be kind of troublesome. Really quick, common weaknesses we see on my opponent's team. He's got 2 Pokemon weak to water, and he's got 3 Pokemon weak to ground with no resistances to ground. So if we had Excadrill, we would be sitting pretty. Unfortunately, I don't even think we have a ground type attack on this team because I'm not running Earth Power and Miki. I'm running, this is my physically defensive variant set with Roost, Thunder Wave, Draco Meteor, and Dark Pulse. So meant to just kind of slow some things down. Like we could slow down that Medicam. He's got no Heal Beller. Slowing down some things would be nice. Even the gosh darn for Alligator probably has a Lumberry though, so we gotta pop that in some other fashion. My Superior looks really good in this match. Barring the Arcanine, I do have HP Rock, but I got to get some damage on there first. I could open up with Rocks, but he has a Defogger. So because of that, I think I'm going to open up with Crowd Pleaser. Our choice Scarfed Crowd Pleaser Cinccino is one of my favorite Pokemon for sure. I definitely want to find out though. It'll probably be in the description if I'm just being a fool of a took. Let's see. I want to see what he leads with actually. That's what I really want to see. I hate when I have to use my phone during. What tier is Gothitelle? And he opens with a Chandelure, so not the worst thing in the world for us. Because we have the beautiful Rock Blast. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm just gonna stay in, I'm gonna click Rock Blast. I'm Choice Scarfed. If he's Choice Scarfed, with which Chandelure leads with Trick, Choice Scarf is usually pretty common. Oh, by the way, Goliath is my favorite, might be my favorite shiny of all time. Might be my favorite shiny of all time. But I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. I think Goth might just be forever Ubers, which is so stupid because it should only be Ubers because of Shadow Tag. And I'm not using Shadow Tag. I feel like actually my opponent is tweeting at me. That's why he's taking a decently long time with his moves. Let's see. No, he hasn't tweeted at me. Okay, cool. Hopefully Gothitelle, if Gothitelle is Ubers even without Shadow Tag, I think that's whack, and we're just gonna have mixed tier battles for today and tomorrow. But we'll see what happens. Because I'm not about, I can actually use Pokemon Showdown to find out. I'm just rambling at this point. Then again, we're waiting for our opponent to make a move anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. Let me see something. Let's go to UU, Team Builder, new team, add Pokemon, Gothitelle. We're gonna give you the move Brick Break, and we're gonna give you competitive. Go back, have UU match. Uh-oh, he's switching out. Out into the Empoleon, which can take this Rock Blast just fine. We'll get a little bit of damage off, which is nice, but it does resist it, so I can't see us getting more than 20%. We're not even gonna get 15%, it looks like. Oh my goodness. That stinks. That stinks a lot. Here we go. No, we don't want... Where's our one... Why is this Arcanine? Why is this just Arcanine? Oh, baby! Select a format. UU. Validate. Your team is valid for UU. Sweet. So Gothitelle is UU without the... Okay, so I was right with that. I should have gone for U-turn. I can see my opponent setting up rocks right here for sure. I'm just going to go out into I won't miss because he will not miss. He will not miss. Empoleon switch-in was really nice. Could have gone for the U-turn. Would have been a much safer play. Unfortunately, we're going to I won't miss here. Hopefully, we don't have to take an Ice Beam. But he just goes for the Stealth Rocks. Makes sense. Makes perfect sense going for the Stealth Rocks. Potential switch-ins, I would say Cradily and Arcanine. Cradily and Arcanine are the two. Not so much Cradily because obviously it still takes neutral from the Leaf Storm, but I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and Leaf Storm. I'm gonna Leaf Storm anyway. In case he thinks I'm gonna try to make a prediction. Leaf Storm is pretty safe. Arcanine doesn't have like the highest special defense in all the land, so it's okay if we hit it. What's great, okay, so my opponent has a Defogger. I actually should have set up Rocks turn 1 because my Gothitelle run's competitive, so I could have had fun with that. Cradily comes out, which is just fine because he's gonna take neutral from this Leaf Storm. It's gonna do a solid amount. It is not a 2-hit KO, but I can't see this Cradily. I could see potentially a Toxic coming out. So let's assume Toxic right now. Do we go out into anything? There's nothing I go out into if I go for Toxic at this point. Because even if he Toxics me, I think I could do a lot of work to his team with this Pokemon. Even if it doesn't get me the W, I could do a lot of work. So we're gonna go for another Leaf Storm here. And we're gonna go for another Leaf Storm. It's gonna pay off for sure. If we crit, that would be fantastic, but I'm not. Oh, it's a crit! Oh, that matters so much, guys. That matters so much because he could have gotten the Toxic off, started maybe protect, recovering. Well, he would never get to recover, but after taking that extra Leaf Storm, but he'd be able to protect, stall, and get some damage off. At that point, man, this might be an I won't miss sweep. This might be an I won't miss sweep. Oh my goodness. I feel bad, but I don't because I said it and this is Pokemon. There's no reason to feel bad. There's no reason to feel bad. It's Pokemon, but I feel a little bad. I love this shirt. This shirt was in I think it was in a level up loot crate. I love this shirt so much. It's one of my favorite shirts of all time. Easily. So comfortable, so great. I don't think you can buy it anymore, so I'm not trying to make money off you guys. I'm just letting you know. And if you're lucky enough to have this shirt, join me in the comfort. It's like, it's not too small. Some shirts shrink too much when they go in the wash. This one didn't. It's fantastic. Oh my Lanta. So, I don't know what Shandira, like this would be his best bet, but I have Hidden Power Rock. So I think we should be able to knock you out at +4. Now, unless your Choice Scarf Fire Blast connect, that could stop this right now. That could stop this. Other things that could have stopped it. Choice Scarf. Oh, why'd you Shadow Ball, man? Why'd you Shadow Ball? Looking at that damage, if Flamethrower 100% would have knocked me out. Flamethrower would have, it's a crit! I don't think that crit matters. Flamethrower would have 100% knocked me out. That's the safe play. When you make that middle ground play, and it's not even too middle ground because I have Cinccino still. I still have Crowd Pleaser. So it's not even super middle ground. Flamethrower would have just been, I mean, I don't know what my switch into Flamethrower is that you would be afraid of me switching in because Hydreigon resists both of your stabs. I can't even look at my team right now, but man, I can't think of anyone on my team that you would, I guess, Gigalith? You wouldn't want to go for Flamethrower, I guess. A little bit of a stretch. Slam Puppy. Oh, I love this nickname. This is my nickname. So, if he's Choice Banded, max attack, and Extreme Speed will take us out, which is just fine. I do have the option to go out into Chandelure, who is running Flash Fire, so I would be immune to both. But I think that's worth because Sasuke. I'm sorry, I won't miss. Not Sasuke. We released him. Miss can still take out the Feraligatr if it's not set up. So we're going to switch out and go out into the Chandelure because I think the Choice Band Extreme Speed is pretty obvious. It seems pretty obvious to me. So let's see what happens. I forgot that rocks were up though, so it's a little bit unfortunate. There we see the Extreme Speed, which is just fine. Chandelure is great because it can kind of mess with my opponent's team a little bit. I'm just going to go for a Shadow Ball. I don't want to sub or Calm Mind or anything because I just don't think it's worth, because he still has a Feraligatr. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to Shadow Ball here. No matter what he switches in, it's going to take damage. I don't think this Arcanine can even touch Chandler. And we'll get 2 turns of Leftovers recovery, so we'll be almost back to full. So the Stealth Rocks aren't going to matter too much. I could make the prediction and actually switch out into my Superior, but there's no point. My Superior is pretty low. I don't have any Wish Passing, any sort of recovery. The only form of recovery I have for him is if I Giga Drain some things, and the only thing I really want to Giga Drain is a Feraligatr, but I don't want to take an Ice Punch, so I have to Leaf Storm it. It's just this giant circle of Man, had he just gone for the Flamethrower though, his Chandelure would still be around. I'm really glad the Gothitelle is an OU when it doesn't have Shadow Tag. Like if I change this to Shadow Tag, I'm sure as sure can be. Your team is rejected because of Shadow Tag. So I have UU-Mons plus 1 OU. So nice. Well, actually, I also have the Gigalith like we had said, but still fine. It's fine. It's totally fine. I think my opponent's in a pretty tough spot. He's going to withdraw Slam Puppy. I think he has to go out into the Feraligatr here and try to set up the sweep, because that's like his only hope. Dino Poyo. We'll get a Shadow Ball off, which I'm not even going to mention that secondary special defense drop. I'm not going to mention it. I don't want to mention it. It's not okay to mention. We don't need it. Oh my goodness. Now, this is max special attack. For what it's worth, this is max special attack. But what's even better, see, I like running this Chandelure because I'm holding Leftovers, but I'm max speed, max special attack. So I will outspeed this Dino Poyo. So I'm going for the Shadow Ball. He could Aqua Jet me. Totally could Aqua Jet me. It might even take me out, but it might not. I'm not going to assume that a base 40 attack is going to take me out. He's Life Orb, Adamant, maybe, but I think Chandler has a little bit of secrets inside those flames. I think you could see the future in those flames, and the future looks and smells like victory. Shadow Ball, outspeed, goodbye Feraligatr. No way am I switching out and letting this thing set up. There is no way. It's a crit again. Honestly, guys, that critical hit with Superior really set the tone of the battle. It really did. I don't think it gave my opponent a fair, well, then again, it's Pokemon. This game isn't fair. This game is not fair. It's just not. I've been on the receiving end of hacks so many times. With Empoleon coming in, let's make the best play possible. I think I would like to, I kind of want to Calm Mind up. I wonder how much a Scald will do. No, let's just Shadow Ball. There's no reason to Calm Mind. That's kind of foolish. Let's get as much damage off as possible. You know, sometimes if you're playing Pokemon, sometimes it's just best to attack. Let's see how much Scald does. It should one-shot us. I'm pretty sure with a Calm Mind, it would have barely left us alive, but I'd rather potentially get 2 Shadow Balls off than, and he critted me anyway. So the Calm Mind, it would have been a bad play. With Empoleon here though, I'm still pretty terrified of the, I'm pretty terrified of the Metacam, but he's got Empoleon, Arcanine, and Metacam left. So if we get rid of Empoleon, we'll be in pretty good shape. Oh my gosh, I really want to do this, guys. Okay, I'm going out into NOTAPHASE here. I'm going out into Gothitelle because NOTAPHASE runs Mirror Cope because she's always looking in the mirror. It's not a phase. Running Mirror Cope. The question is my opponent really gonna even bother Scalding? And it's not even worth, you know, I'm gonna go Thunderbolt. Mirror Coat's not worth, unfortunately, because I'm max special defense. So this Empoleon's not gonna do anything to me. And if my opponent just switches into the Metacam or the Arcanine, taking a Thunderbolt is not fun. It's not fun. Granted, I don't have too much special attack, but we'll see how much this does. It's gonna do, okay, not a lot at all. Now I'm kind of wishing I Mirror Coated. Let's see how much Scald does. I think Thunderbolt's actually better. Thunderbolt, unfortunately, might not even be a 3-hit KO. Might not, like, I might, because the Leftovers just might live. Empoleon just might live. Gonna withdraw Empoleon, though, after seeing that Mirror Coat, and go out into Slam Puppy. Now, could have made a read, gone for the, watch this. Wait, you're not competitive? Oh, you are competitive. There you go. go! That's why I love Gothitelle right there. Ooh! I was thinking contrary for a second, like, why didn't my attack go up? Unfortunately, this still does nothing. That's a +2 Thunderbolt. This thing is defensive. This Slam Puppy is out of control defensive. Oh my goodness. Well, let's go especially defensive. I'm going for a Side Shock here. I'm going for a Side Shock. I mean, if you want to Flare Blitz me into oblivion, go for it, Slam Puppy. I think you got to do something else at this point. I can't believe that was a +2 Thunderbolt. Gothitelle, why? I mean, granted, I'm defensive and stuff, but still, that's why this Gothitelle's running foul play, which isn't what I went for. I would have gone for it, but Side Shock is actually probably going to hit a little bit harder. I'm not sure what his investment is. So he's going to withdraw Slam Puppy. He's trying to make reads. I'm not switching out. This is a neutral Side Shock. This might body you, man. This just might body these pants. Those pants might get completely ripped off. Let's see. Oh, they're gone. I'll take it. I'll take it. I almost foul played too. Foul play would have done, I would have done neutral. Okay, so fake out is pretty obvious. I'm actually running, what's really funny, I'm running red card Goliath, just in case of, so I was debating between red card and Cuspat Berry, but Cuspat Berry is very common. I do have Explosion on it as well, but red card can like save you late game if your opponent gets set up and you really just need to get the Pokemon out of there, especially with combined with Sturdy. Unfortunately, there are rocks up, so I don't actually have the Sturdy, which is kind of my big fear right now. Like, I don't have much. I mean, I have Crowd Pleaser, which will always outspeed this thing, so it's kind of fine. But barring the fake out and the Bullet Punch, I'm gonna go ahead and just go for the, I'm just gonna go for the Side Shock here. I'm just gonna go for the Side Shock. We're gonna see Mega Metacam. I'm sure we're gonna get fake outed, and that's gonna do a lot of damage. Unfortunately, the only thing I really can do is depend on my Goliath to actually take a hit. But this is pure power. And there's that citrus. Eat it up. Not a phase. Eat it up. I think in this instance, I think that had I brought leftovers, it would have been a lot better because I would have been getting HP all that time while my opponent was switching and what have you. But I decided to go citrus. I already had 2 Pokemon leftovers. Very rarely do I like to run 3 of the same item. It's very, very, very rare. And I just try to avoid it because sometimes, especially leftovers, because for videos, it adds that animation. They're just munching on that apple, and I'd rather not have that. I really would rather not have that. Gothitelle, both of these Pokemon, they look like they're cousins. Is it just me? They definitely look like cousins. Do they hang out at family parties? Oh no. Oh, Sean. Oh, Sean. You should have just attacked me, man. Slam Puppy can't take this Side Shock. I'm gonna be at +4. Gothitelle. Destruction. Oh my goodness. You're just feeding. You're feeding right now. Is this League? Let's see. Side Shock. This should do the trick. I know that I see the Slam Puppy is very specially defensive, but +4 Psychic type move. Slam Puppy is going down. And with Slam Puppy gone, Bullet Seed is our move of choice to win this game. Of course, Bullet Seed is still neutral on the Empoleon. It's not super effective, but it's no longer resisted by anything. Unfortunately, Tail Slap is still resisted by Empoleon. Rock Blast is resisted by Empoleon, so we got to go with the Bullet Seed with Cinccino. Of course, Metacam is almost gone, so Bullet Seed will still do the trick for us. But at this point, we're going to get Fake Outed again. No reason to switch out though. This battle, unfortunately, it's kind of heavy in my favor. I think that crit really had a lot to do with it. I'm not gonna pretend like it didn't, but that's what happens sometimes in Pokemon. But I think this is still worth posting because gosh darn it, Not a Phase is getting some spotlight. And really that's all she's been asking for her whole life. That's why she wears that heavy eyeliner. It's true. It is true. It's not true. She just enjoys it. My opponent, Chan, has to go for Fake Out here. You just have to. There's no, unless you really need to hard read me switching out, but there's no way I'm going to, obviously. There's just no possible way. Fake Out crit would take me out, I think. And you going straight for the Zen Headbutt. Oh, if that would have missed, I would have screamed. Wait, why? Why? Okay, so what do you have? Fake Out? Do I resist all of your moves? You definitely should have Fake Outed then. Oh my goodness, I don't know why he's throwing the game away now. Like, he was not playing that poorly the whole time, and now all of a sudden, all right, it's okay, Sean, it's okay. I think you, like I just said, you had to make that hard read and hope and pray that I switched out. Sometimes that's all you can do. Sometimes and Joey actually said that to me once. Sometimes if a game's so far gone, you have to just play as if your opponent's gonna make the worst play possible. Because if your opponent makes the best play, they win anyway. So I guess it's one of those situations. A fighting type move would have been resisted as well. Obviously, second type move, the same. Bullet Punch is actually resisted. So the only unresisted move would have been Fake Out. But it looks like Gothitelle right here is going to get a Not a Phase sweep. Not exactly what I was hoping for a first match, but it's better than a loss. And it was at least it was a decent length match for you guys. It wasn't super, super short. compared to past ones. But if you guys did enjoy and you want to see another battle with our 5th gen team, maybe actually get to see Miki and Goliath, I don't know, some of our other Pokemon, make sure you go ahead and show some shady love to that thumbs up down below. If we crush 2,500 likes, we'll be back again on Saturday for another 5th gen Wi-Fi battle. I love you guys so much, but I'm gonna get the heck out of here. Have yourselves a good day, but above all else, keep it shady.